So fellas, we have a 50 USD in our hands and I'll be taking it to over 400 USD during the course of this video. And the instruments I'll be using are Jump 100 Index and VIX 75 Index. So stay tuned to learn how you can spin your own account as well. If you're watching this on TikTok, click this link. If you're watching this on Facebook, click this link. Or just go over to my YouTube channel by typing prime_fx to watch this complete video and also watch other full video as well. Let's get this video to over 120 likes. That would be great. So this is the 50 USD the account holder funded into the account, and we start the analysis with Jump 100 Index. So on the weekly, we can see that price filled the fair value gap there, and then it reacted strongly down, and the reason is because it hit the weekly order block. Now after it hit the weekly order block, price shot down to break structure below that low, and below that low there's a weekly bullish order block in which price reacted shooting up. So you can see that it broke structure there, hit the weekly bullish order block, and then reacted upwards. And now when it went back up, you can tell that there was a mitigation block, a bearish one that it made there, and the fair value gap right above it, and price neatly rebalanced that fair value gap. So that's the brief analysis on the weekly. We think that price, from after it fills the fair value gap, it has to drop down to reach into that sell side liquidity. So you can see that low which contained the sell side liquidity, and below that low is an imbalance. So you can see that below the low is a huge fair value gap. So that's the brief analysis on the weekly. Price has to dip down to reach for that low, down there, but of course that's gonna play out after a long time. So on the daily, price broke structure there, we covered it, and after it broke structure, we can see it went back up and it wiped above there. So it's trying to fill the imbalance and then made a raid above that high. So after it made a raid above that high, it hit a daily order block, a bearish one, and from there it hit the mitigation that's in line with the daily order block. So you can see that zone or that level there is strong, daily order block and daily mitigation block, and which forced price to react. So before it approached there, it made a break of structure, and after it made a break of structure, we can see that price did a wipe or a stop hunt above that high, and that's our first sign that after price makes that wipe or a stop hunt, another wipe there on the 1 hour, it drops down to give us a BOS or a change of character, and this is our sign to enter. So we could have entered at that mitigation block, but I think I was late, I didn't see the move in time. It hit the mitigation block and then it broke structure below that low. So this analysis is now much more clear, because what we're going to be waiting for price to do is to shoot back up, and after it shoots back up, you can see the POI that we are going to be looking at right now, which is the imbalance right there, or the fair value gap. And after price fills that, it hit the 30-minute order block as well. From there, we know what price has to do, which is to just drop downwards. So yeah, that's about it. And of course, if I try to place the sell limits right now, I can't because of the distance. So on the daily, we can see, I think I forgot to analyze this, on the daily, price has to rebalance, so it has to be like an immediate rebalance. So on the daily, price has to rebalance, or to make an immediate rebalance and then drop down. So that is our analysis. I can't place the sell limits right now because the distance between the current price and the where I want to place is too short. I think that's what Jump 100 does. So I will have to enter at market execution when it reaches there. So yeah, you can see right now I can't place. So yeah, let's wait for the entries. So yeah, immediately after I saw price reacting from our 30-minute order block, I executed my sells. I entered, I think, about 10 of like 0.2 lots. It wasn't that strong, but it was strong enough in such that the account will blow as soon as it reaches that high, like that high above there. So yeah, I entered a bit strong. I just wanted, the aim was to reach about 200 USD. So yeah, this is the afterwards. You can tell price, yeah, it penetrated a bit deeper into our 30-minute order block, but it ended up just plummeting down nicely. It made that huge spike down, and of course here we are around 180 something USD in profits. And yeah, so the account it had grown. I think I was satisfied with where the account was, and yeah, right about now you can tell it was at an order block, and I was ready to close. So I closed the account at 191 USD. So on to the next setup. So our next setup that we found, and I think I found it after some time. You see, this is like 15 minutes after I closed. I found another setup on VIX 75 index, and we start off on the weekly, but yeah, let me start it off on the daily so that you guys can understand what I was looking at. So on the daily, we can see that the majority trend is downwards, and it was breaking structure below that low, and it also broke structure again below that low. But on the reversal, like when it retraced on the retracement, it went and made a stop hunt above that high, and it hit the daily order block, which kept on pushing price down to break structure again. So it made another break of structure, and now we're sure that price has to continue shooting up because it tried to make sort of a change of character above there, but it couldn't. So price tried to fill the imbalance or the favorly gap, but it was met with the weekly mitigation block. Yes, it did not hit the body. It didn't hit the body, but it hit the wick technically. And when we enter or zoom into the daily time frame or smaller time frame, we can see it hit the daily order block and it reacted off of it. And yeah, you can see that it was sensitive on the week. It hit on the week of the daily order block. And it's interesting because when you move down to the other time frame, smaller time frame, like the 4 hour, price broke structure before it hit it, and then it went to hit the 4 hour order block. You see that 4 hour order block? If we stretch it out, we can see that price hit the 4 hour order block there, and it's in line with the 4 hour mitigation block. So that level is pretty strong. It was going to push price further down. That's why this analysis was interesting. So when we move on to the 1 hour, price again made a wipe or a stop hunt above that high, and then it did what all we expect, which is to form a change of character or break of structure, which confirms that price is now continuing our downward movement. And yeah, it returned inside the range, hit that 1 hour order block. So yeah, let me just explain. A BOS right there, and after it made the break of structure, it went back up to hit the breaker block, the 1 hour breaker block, and from there it plummeted down. You can see that heavy drop down, breaking that low or that small low. So when it returns, you see the huge retracement it made back up. We are going to try to capture a sell from there, and the reason is price wiped there. Right now it is wiped, and above that high there's a 30-minute order block. So this wipe and the fact that it hit the 30-minute order block will force price to move down. So that's the only thing that was left, just for it to wipe. And you can tell that it hit the 4 hour order block as well. So that little wipe above that high, it cut out the early sellers, like who place sort of like their stop loss above that high, and then it hit the 30-minute order block, and then it drops. So here I'd mistakenly placed a trade. I think I'd entered 0.2, which is a bit strong. I could have left it, but I don't know, I just didn't want to mistakenly place orders. I think it was like 30 USD margin. I wanted to enter like 10 USD or 15 margin, but that one was too heavy. So yeah, this is me executing or entering the market at market execution. So I entered directly. We faced a bit of like a 4 USD loss, but it doesn't matter. So this is afterwards. Yeah, afterwards price just did its thing. It did not even waste a single moment right there. It just hit and then it dropped. And what I liked is, it didn't waste time and it went into profits immediately as soon as we entered, and it was quick because from jump 100 index we made money fast. It just went straight into profits, and this one it went straight into profits as well. So I was kind of satisfied when it went to 410 USD. I wasn't trying to be greedy or stingy or try to make it. I knew it had to keep on going down, but I think I was still satisfied with the day here because it was quick and we just made our money very fast. So about now I decided to close the trades at 410, and I didn't want to continue trading the account. That's why I gave the client, I decided to withdraw from the account and we split. So thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure to like and comment your thoughts in the video.